An ode to odes. Have you ever heard of that word? An ode, as in O-D-E, O as in octopus, D as in dog, O as in E as in elephant. It's such a nice word. It's an old word, but it's very nice. The first time I ever heard of it was in a title of a music piece, a piano piece called Ode to Joy. I feel like that one's pretty famous. I didn't know what the word ode meant back then, though. And I didn't quite understand it until years later. But an ode is kind of like an honoring of something, right? A celebrating of something. Like the piano piece, Ode to Joy, is an honoring of joy, a celebration of joy, an embodying of the essence of joy, or a communication of the essence of joy, or at least trying to communicate joy. And why don't we do that more often? I guess that's a simple question, and that's all that I want to ask, which is, why don't we do that now more often? Yeah, there's lots of piano pieces written as an ode to something, or there's lots of poems written as an ode to something. Well, I think we should do some more of that. An ode to odes. This video is an ode to odes. It is an honoring of creating art that honors feelings and concepts and things that aren't tangible necessarily, right? Like maybe joy is not very tangible. An ode to inspiration. What about that? That would be a cool one. I think inspiration is one of those things that we can kind of practice and look for. Yeah, I feel like inspiration is something we can practice. I'd like to expand on that thought, but just not right now. Anyway, that's it. That's all I'm hopping on here to say, which is, let us honor the art pieces that honor. Let us make music. Let us write poems. If you're watching this and you're up for a challenge, I'm going to challenge you to write either a poem or a short story. By short, I mean short story if you want to share it with me, or compose a piece of music on whatever instrument you play, which is an ode to something. And you don't have to force it to be something you don't care about, right? Find something that feels alive right now. And that might not be something happy. It could be an ode to despair, an ode to darkness, an ode to loneliness. All those things are valid, right? We take it all. We accept it all. We try to. We accept life with all of its wonders. Yeah. And maybe I'll write a more formal ode to odes. What would a poem about an ode to odes sound like? How would it go? My brain's thinking of something, but It's gonna take a few trial runs before we get somewhere. An ode to Odes. An ode to joy. An ode to hugs. An ode to sadness. An ode to bugs. An ode to despair. An ode to elation. An ode to the darkness. An ode to vacation. But an ode to an ode have those words ever been written on pages? An ode to all odes. To honoring the celebrations. For what is life without being grateful? For the colorfulness with which we get to experience it. For the colorfulness. I think I'm on to something. That's a good start. This probably isn't going to happen, isn't going to get complete if I just keep talking about it. I think I'm going to have to write it down and reorder some things. Anyway, an ode to odes. May we honor and celebrate odes that remind us to honor and celebrate other things, because it's a nice feeling to honor and celebrate something and to really, really, really think about what is that experience like? How can I paint a picture of it or communicate it in some way? In some way. And most of the time it's art, right? Yeah, okay, cool. See ya. Bye.